I've got a story to tell y'all. This was from Friday. What day is today? The 8th?
The 8th, yeah.
So it's Saturday night. All right.
So the 5th.
No. That's a clip right there. All right, so here's what happens to me, right? I'm sitting on the back porch, and I've just started chilling out. It is 8:58 p.m., and I'm about a fourth of the way through smoking, right?
Cigarettes?
No. I'm watching YouTube. I'm fucking off, right? Everybody's asleep, right? I'm chilling, and I get a message on Facebook from an account with a foreign name, right? And I'm going to show it to y'all. Y'all may have gotten this same message, right? That's what's so interesting to me about it. And I always message those people back, right? For this reason right here, right? For like, because I love staying on the phone with scammers and shit like that. I think that shit's so funny. And especially when you catch it on camera or you get to talk about it later, this shit's a good time, right? So
it's called being around Jay Worthy for too long.
I'm gonna read you these messages verbatim, right? Exactly what these messages say, right? And then I'm gonna show you 2 pictures, right? It says, "Hey, looking for a local to Rockmart/Paulding area, NSA guy who wants to participate in getting off discreetly using my new glory hole curtain. Interested?"
What?
With a question mark, right? And that's what I get. Right?
Glory hole curtain.
And so look, and here's what the picture that they send me. I'll send. You don't even have to worry about showing these to camera. I'll send them to you so you can edit them in. This is what I get sent. Right?
What the fuck?
This is what I get sent. Can you see that?
Oh, that's actually got a glory hole curtain.
Yeah, you see how it's like cut in there and taped off?
Yeah.
And then sends me this one that shows like it's right beside the front door, right?
Oh.
Right. So I think, wow, that's interesting. I'm about to have a good time with this one, right? Like I'm about to fucking really have fun. Because this person's going to ask me for money. That's my thought. This person's going to ask me for money or something, right? I'm going to see how far it goes. Right?
Rate.
So here's my response. I say, not sure if that'll work for me. I'm pretty tall. Are you a lefty? That's what I ask. Yeah, that's all. That's the first, and 3 different messages. I'm laughing my ass off, right? I'm high on my backboard, right? Not sure if that'll work for me. I'm pretty tall. Are you a lefty? Yes, I'm a lefty. That's a pretty good guess. That's the message I get back. And then I get this, right?
I have to say that was pretty good to know that I'm a lefty. Pretty good. And I don't know, I think even you being told it would work out.
I want to hear your first impressions.
It's a man.
Definitely a man.
But it sounds like a man, but also sounds like it could just be like an old ass lady.
No.
Hold on, I've got more. And you're going to change your... Immediately, I go, this is a man talking like this.
Yeah.
Right?
It does sound like a man.
Immediately, right? And so, my first thing is like, okay, you know what I mean? And the other thing that caught me off guard, right? This person's... almost always when there's a scammer, their grammar's awful. Right? English is not their first language.
Every sentence.
This is not that case.
No.
This person is like... The punctuation is correct. They're using commas. The grammar is correct, right? And I respond, I say, and I'm laughing my ass off at this point, right? Because I'm like, okay, this person's still going to ask me for money, right? I said, yeah, I'm pretty intuitive. What's the price? I usually don't spend more than $60 at my local glory hole, right?
What?
This is my response, right? So they respond to me. They say, there's no charge at all. I'm not some prostitute. LOL, I'm an adult French Ukrainian woman just looking to have some discreet fun from time to time. I said, oh wow, that's awesome. What's all included in the glory hole? She said, this person said, it's just oral fun. I like to give head and enjoy the feel of it. And this is so funny. I forgot I said this. I said, hell yeah, me too. She said, oh. LOL. Well, I didn't really think about that. And I was like, well, that one took a weird... Like, now, this is when it's dawning on me that this person is like...
Actually real.
A real person. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, all right, now I'm thinking like, I want to understand what the scam is here. Like, this is my detective hat is coming on, right? And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to tone it back with the jokes. so that I can keep this person engaged with me for longer,
Right.
Yeah.
so that I can understand what's going on, right? It gets crazier. So I said, I mean getting it. She said, thumbs up. Well, hopefully I didn't offend you. Well, actually, the next one I'm about to tell you is the fact that it hasn't dawned on me yet that I need to chill back with the jokes. But after this, it does. So I said, not at all. Haven't been offended since my uncle called me his gayest nephew, is what I say. And they respond and say, I'm not really sure what that means, but if you'd like to talk more about it or if you have questions about the process, I'll be more than happy to answer them. And I was like, huh? Like, that's the most cognizant response I've ever gotten from somebody. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, this is
possibly
weird,
not
right?
American.
Yeah, that
Right.
sounds very robot.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? I was like, what that's exactly what I would say to a merchant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's exactly what I would say to someone I'm trying to sell something to, right? I said, yes, tell me more. It is a serious offer. The ideal scenario is to have the person come over and inside my front door as the picture shows. I say hello from behind the curtain, and he says he wants his cock sucked and sticks his cock through the glory hole curtain. I suck them off, they come, I swallow, they leave. I said, hell yeah, sounds pretty straightforward. She says, got any pics? Yeah, tons. I've got an entire catalog. Would you mind sharing a few? What kind? Regular pictures are fine, or whatever you want to send of yourself. I said, there's tons on my Facebook, right? The last 15 years of my life is on my Facebook, right? These are the and then unsolicited, this person sends me pictures, right? This is the first one. Right? This is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's the second one.
That's the filter.
100%.
Yeah, that's the Snapchat filter.
100%. But now my brain is going, okay, there is somebody local to me that is working some kind of jug right here, right? And I don't understand what the damn jug is, right? I'm like, well, what is this person trying to get out of me? Like, is it literally just some fetish that they want me to pull up and walk in their front door and stick my dick through a hole and suck my dick and then me leave, right?
Yeah.
Like, is that really the case, right? And is it a man, right? And do I fucking know them? Like, are they close to me, right? You know what I mean? Because I'm not the first person that got. And then I look, and I have a couple mutual friends with this person, right? But like, I accept everybody, and the whole thought process is like, well, what if you're messaging me about credit card processing?
Right.
If like 1 in 1,000 scam accounts is like a real person that is like, hey, I know this person and I want to talk to you about credit card processing, I'm gonna just accept everybody. You know what I mean? I don't even get on Facebook anymore. I don't post, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I get these 2 pictures, and then she says, okay, any more revealing? I said, no, I don't really send those types. The internet is too shady. I get that. So are you interested in coming over and using my glory hole to be sucked off through? And I'm like, all right. So I said, yeah, for sure, if it matches my height. I don't know if I can squat long enough to finish. I got knee issues, you know? She says, I think it'll be fine, but only one way to know for sure. I said, yeah, I'm down to give it a whirl. Well, when would you like it? I said, now. Right? Because I'm trying to get this person to tell me, like, the action steps that you take, right? So she says, do you know where Prospect Road is? And I was like, okay, this person is like...
Like,
Right
right,
down the
yeah,
road.
like you could throw a rock to their house.
Next door, like, you could hit a driver and hit my fucking son's elementary school, right? And this is really where it sends, like, red alert off in my head of, like, this person is really, really close to an elementary school. You know what I mean? And so triple down on my detective hat, right? And I keep making jokes, like, not really jokes, but I keep saying stuff that wouldn't make sense to someone that's not local. Right, like if someone that's local would be like, "What is this guy talking about?" So I say, "Yeah, I'm the club championship at Prospect Golf. I'm the club champion at Prospect Golf Course," is what I say. Right? She says, "Oh, cool. How far are you away from there?" I said, 5 minutes. Well, then they send me a message, and let me look. I took a video of all this in case this person like shut down their account or whatever. But I think that the message that they sent me was already gone when I took the video. Yeah, it's unsent in here, so I don't have a picture of it. But it said, like, okay, here's the address. Right? It gave me the address on Prospect Road. I'm not going to say it here, right, so that like I don't. If this is a real person, I'm not trying to like blast that real person on the internet without knowing exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, you know, because I can't verify it.
Yeah.
So they send me a message and it says, this address on Prospect Road. I'm trying to like, it's very descriptive of the house, right? So it says like this, the type of grass, this is the color of the house, this is where the porch is, the porch light's on. Park in the back behind a car, like gives a description of the car, and then walk in the front door. When you say you're on the way, I'll unlock it and be waiting behind the curtain. Just follow the steps I sent earlier, right? So when I see that, when I see that address, I have a hunting app. And the hunting app shows you the property lines and who owns what property.
Yeah.
Right. So I go to my hunting app and I don't message them back immediately when they send me like, here's the action steps, because I go and research who owns this property, and then I compare the pictures that I find the person on Facebook, right? Because it's the father's name, and then I guess the father maybe is died or in a nursing home or whatever, and like left it to the son or whatever. Maybe that's even a little too descriptive. So, but. I go and find the person on Facebook, and I match the like these AI pictures that they're sending me to this person's face, right? This cannot go on camera, but I'm going to go on Facebook right now. I'm going to show you this person's face, right? And I'm going to show them side by side to those pictures, right?
I mean, it would only make sense too.
Right. So I'm going to show you a couple more.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh
That's
yeah,
them, that's
yeah,
them.
100%.
All right, one more. This is the real kicker.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
Gotta be.
Got to blur that out if the camera caught any of that. So I'm doing this research and I'm wondering, is this a guy acting like a woman so that he can suck people's dick behind a curtain?
1,000%.
Right? 100%. That's what I'm thinking, right? That's where my mind is, right? And so my plan is I'm going to question this person in a way that makes them feel like, okay, they can come out and tell me the truth, and that I won't ridicule them for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's literally my plan, is like, I am going to go and be like, hey, I get it. You know, I'm just trying to understand a little more, you know, tell me like, so here's what I say. They send that message to me that gives me the address, all the things, right? And I don't reply to it because I'm doing all this research. Right. It's probably like a 10-minute gap. I don't know how to see on Facebook, but it's probably a 10-minute gap, right? And then they message me again and say hello, and I say, sorry, I'm on the phone. They message me back, no worries. I said, okay, what's up? I live up the road from the golf course. I said, hell yeah, that's cool. I live close. They send me the address again. Description of the house again, same instructions, the exact same message, right? Here's the car you need to park behind, the porch lights on, come in, here's the steps, all that, right? Send it to me again. I said, yeah, I do. My brother has my car right now, but he's coming back and it won't be that long, right? So I'm just trying to buy time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm trying to buy time because I'm still doing research, right? I'm trying to find, like, at this point I've done like property deed checks and seeing if
you don't
that
want full sleuthing on them.
yes, yeah, like
You could have got on one of those websites like but you have to pay like $1 to get like a 7
I did.
day free trial. Yeah, let's say.
No, I did. No, I
when-
paid for it. I
yeah.
did. I got their like when the home is
Yeah.
sold, what it
Yeah.
sold for, how long they owned it, who all lived there, expected relatives. I pulled like a whole background report
Yeah.
on who I thought this person is, right?
Yeah.
Who I think this person is at this time, right? And so I do a full property search. I download my hunting app, right? And then they say, okay, just let me know when you're ready to head over so that I can be ready for you. I said, I'll do that 1,000%. They say, hope you're horny, right? And then they do the thing on Messenger where it says Messenger upgraded the security of this chat. The calls are secured with end-to-end encryption or whatever. I don't know what that does, but it changed the color of the messages and stuff like that. I'm not sure exactly what that does, but this is when they did it, is after I say, yeah, I'll be on the way in a minute once I get my car back, right? If all goes well and you would like to do it again sometime, hopefully you hit me up. I said, honestly, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. If you want to wait and talk more, that's okay too. It's designed to be simple adult fun, no strings, and discreet. I said, yeah, but I'm sure you can understand my hesitation. Is there anything you're not telling me? Absolutely understand. Feel free to call me. Right? Sends me a fucking phone number. I do the same thing with the phone number. I pay for a who owns this phone number.
Yeah.
Right?
You can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't work all the time.
No.
Right? It told me like who their carrier was and where they were probably located based on their area code, but it didn't tell me like this is the person that owns this line, all that, right? Like they don't have debt or collections or anything that this company that they're doing business with has to release, right? And so I'm like, all right, you know.
And it could be like it might be a phone, like an extra phone that they don't have a line through an actual company.
Right,
like
it's a
prepaid
signal number, something like that, right? And it told me it was like, this is a real number. But it told me like, this is a cell phone number. And so I was like,
somebody's running this shit through T-Mobile right now for you.
Something, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't call them because I didn't want them to have my
phone number.
I didn't want them to have my number. I didn't really care about that. I just didn't want them, especially while I'm messaging them, right? I didn't want them to have my number. So I say, can you answer my question? Not in a place I can talk right now. She said, no, there isn't anything I'm not telling you. Like what would I be hiding? Right? So I want to pause. I want to send you this phone number. I want you to call it.
I'll do it right now.
All right, I'm about to text it to you. I just want to see if someone answers. I just sent you the number. I don't really know what to say.
No, I say
you just phone number too, dog.
Yes.
That's the 770 number.
I say you just put it on mute and then make it seem like it's one of those bots that call you.
I doubt they'll answer.
And then
I would
hang
bet
up.
that this is somebody's backup number or something like that, but I don't know.
Call them right now.
Yeah, call them and just don't say.
Been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone,
It's a real phone.
please record your message.
It dialed. And the first one dialed.
It rung and they forwarded it, or
Yeah.
it just didn't. You think their phone's at home and it's off?
Your call has been forwarded
Oh,
to
it didn't
voicemail.
ring.
No,
Yeah,
the
they-
first one
You're
did.
trying to reach
It
is not
definitely gave me a ring
available.
on the first
At
one.
the
Try
tone,
one more time
please
because if
record
it's
your
D&D,
message.
you can call for the third time and it'll go through.
It's 2 times on D&D.
Your call.
Yeah.
So that makes me even believe even more that it's just like a side phone or a side number or
Yeah.
whatever, and it's turned off at home while they're out and about doing their
Doing their
day.
regular
They're at
life,
work
yeah.
right now or
You
whatever.
just
Right?
put my number on a serial killer's phone. God damn it, that was stupid. Should have called off the office phone.
So it won't matter. It won't matter. I said, can you answer my question? Not in a place where I can talk. She's like, what am I not telling you? What am I hiding? Right? I said, like about who you really are, you know, like this isn't a normal thing for most people, and I'm not sure it's something most people say yes to. Do you find most people say yes, and why did you offer me? Right? And so here's like the terror in my mind, right? Is like, I want to know more information, and I don't want to press you too hard. I want you to willingly give it to me.
Right.
And I also don't want you to feel like if this is some sort of like fetish thing where like I don't want to know you at all. I don't want to like ask too many questions where it's like I'm trying to get to know you
Right.
Yeah.
so that it takes away that like, and that comes back to bite me in the ass later. Right? I'll show you more about it later. So she says, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. And I know we live in a day and age where this is where I'm really like, this person is talking very eloquently. So, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. And I know we live in a day and age where people just aren't good people. But I'm from French Ukrainian background, and maybe my European free forward way of thinking is too much. I like to be adventuresome, but that in no way implies that I'm not who I say I am. I get the way that I contacted you was a bit forward. And as I said before, I apologize if I offended you. It was not intentional. It was purely what I laid out. This discussion would be better had on a phone call, but since you can't do that, I'll send what I can. All right.
That is nuts.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, because I think maybe I skipped that message, but I told him I'm not in a place where I can talk right now.
At this
right?
point, I've already been looking over my shoulder while I'm sitting on my porch.
And it's
I'm-
weird.
I'm watching.
It's
around.
weird, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm sitting on my porch, like it's weird. My
I'm
dog's out
freaked
there and
out.
shit, you know.
Get that little bit of blunt.
And I'm like, okay,
tell
tell me more about your
Yeah.
story. Are you from here? Have we met? I wasn't expecting a yes or no, but at least the conversation, and then maybe after the conversation it would turn into a yes if we're on the same page and the interest is there. Why I liked your picture and you were local. I like being random. We've never met. I started renting this house a year ago, and I work remotely for a company in Atlanta. Now, the name of this person that is messaging me on Messenger has a LinkedIn account, right? That's years old. This Facebook profile has 30 something pictures on it, all of the same person that all look filtered like shit. You know what I mean? It's like 7 years old. The Facebook profile is, right? From 2017. We've never met, started working a year ago. I work remotely for a company in Atlanta, and that's the same thing the LinkedIn profile says. I've already found their LinkedIn and everything, right? I've already looked at it, and it's like I work for a corporation in Atlanta. It's like all as specific as it is, but it's also been around for a long time. It has like 30, 40 followers. It posts every now and then, you know what I mean? I'm like, this is weird. Like somebody is highly invested in either making this seem like a real person, or they are convinced that they are this person whenever they fucking are doing what they're doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they're really invested in, like, they're in their mind, even they're like,
so even the LinkedIn account is like filtered as well.
Yes. Like, yes. Like all the pictures. I can go through their profile and like show them to you. So like
that's crazy.
Oh shit. But these are like 2018. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, this person almost looks like a woman. Like,
yeah, back then, like some of those pictures do look like a woman.
Right? And then they've got like strong face. So here's another one that was pretty crazy. Can you read that?
What's it say?
Ben sucked. Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
All right. 2017. More like filtered pictures, more 2017, 2016. So like here's one that's pretty clear, right?
That's
Strong facial features, but
it's a woman's arms gotta be.
Yeah, it looks like a woman, yeah.
That one's a little stronger.
Yeah, a little stronger face.
That one's
there,
a little more neck, you know.
Yeah.
A little potential Adam's apple under there, shadow,
Definitely
right?
is a potential Adam's apple in there.
So, look at this one. This one's on there. It's a little lacy titties. All right, no face.
Posting on the book is crazy.
Yeah, there's 50 pictures. I'm gonna find the first one.
But usually, like when people like that transition or something, like you're gonna get those beginning
like
pictures
this,
where they look
like this. This important. This one's gonna come into play later.
Scroll your hand in on her hand, his hand, whatever that thing is.
I don't know. That kind of looks like a woman hand.
It does.
Look like very.
Now
masculine.
I want you to look back here.
But like their early transition phase, you'll see like they really. I mean, it's.
Now look at this couch.
Yeah.
All right, the couch is gonna be important later.
Yep.
Oh shit.
So I'm like, all right.
Damn, you ain't changed couches in 8 years. Fuck. Get a
Bro.
big one.
So all right, let me go back down to where I'm
sleuthing for fucking 3 days.
hard, bro. I know this is all at one time, right? Because I fucked up, and I'll tell you where I fucked up. Okay, so I just started renting a year ago. I work remotely for a company in Atlanta. I have friends in Dallas and Paulding area where I was looking for a house to rent from a friend of mine. Put me in touch with another friend who was nice enough to let me rent this house out, right? Now let's say that again. I talked to my friend. They introduced me to their friend. That friend let me rent their house out.
So she rents that house. So obviously the owner part goes
Right.
out the window. Yeah.
So don't really know anybody here locally, and well, let's be honest, there's not that many attractive people around here. Sometimes I like to give it a look and see what's out there and be random. I used to rent another house that was in this area, but the lease ran up, and I was looking for something still in this area because I like being in the country and it's close to my friends in Dallas. I said, wow, that's cool. Who rents out that house? I think the last name of the family, I threw it out there, I think the last name of the family owned that property. Like I knew the family. Right? I was like, oh, don't the Smiths own that property?
Mm-hmm.
I think that is the owner's name, or was, but I heard about it through a friend that works at a property management company. That's who I went through, right? So now it's not a friend of a friend. Now it's a friend of a property management company, right? Whatever. I'm like, okay. So that makes a lot of sense. Could you send more up-to-date photos or some without the filter? The ones I posted the other day are the most recent ones I have, and I'm not really a big picture taker, but hey, if you're not interested, I get it. And like I said, I like living my life to be quiet and discreet. To me, it doesn't sound like this is something either of us should really pursue, because it feels like I'm having to lay out my whole life story for just simple adult fun that I was looking for. Again, I apologize. I say, you don't have to apologize. I don't want you to feel like you're on trial here. It's just your profile seems a little thin and you don't know many people around here, so I had to ask something. It's still something I would like to pursue, but like I said, you can understand my timidness. My profile is thin because I don't live my life on social media. As I said, I like to be as private as possible. So at this point, right, I'm really trying to get this person to lay out why they're doing what they're doing, why they picked me, you know, whatever. And I'm really trying to build rapport so that I can say, look, we both know that this is not exactly what's going on here. Just be honest with you, and just be honest with me, and I'll still come. Right? That's what I'm about to say. So I said, look, obviously I'm here talking to you. I'm not judging you. Your secrets are safe with me, and maybe this would be a better arrangement for both of us when we got to know each other a little better. Well, I really don't have any secrets. I just don't like having my life on the front page for everybody to be in my business, which is why the last year haven't engaged with really anybody in this area. I like to be as private as possible, and I don't get involved in drama. I understand that. Why the curtain? You aren't looking for someone that you can do these types of things with more often? You're trying to be discreet for you or for me? That's what I asked, right? Getting to know each other more and more takes a discreet element out of this and makes it more traditional. Discreet is for myself and for you. It's being part of the lifestyle, kind of like people are into S&M and dominatrix. This is a fetish that I like to do, but I don't like to be best friends with the person, or it takes the randomness out of it. Yeah, that makes sense. Again, I feel like I'm having to go into too much detail for something that was supposed to be simple. I think it's best we just stop right here and chalk it up to bad timing and not the right fit. All right? I'm like, all right, I have got to find some way to get this person re-engaged with me. Right. And I'm weighing my options of, do I just confront them, right? Or do I try to backtrack and play into it a little more, right? Like, and I'm torn about it, right? Because I want to really keep them engaged. I say, all right, can I ask you to do one thing for me that is completely random, and I promise you I'll get in my car right now? They say, no, I'm good. Offers off the table. I said, wow, I never even got to tell you my fetish, right? That's going to be important later too, right? It's okay. I feel like I had to go into detail and to justify my whole purpose of being here for just something that was supposed to be not complicated. So you can keep your fetish and your secret or whatever to yourself. I'll keep looking for the right fit for me. This one isn't it. Well, I had to ask questions for my safety. Simple as that is what I say. If that's the way you feel, so be it. Good luck going through this whole sequence again. It's going to be tough to find people that want that without verification. I mean, even if you were a guy, you could just tell me the truth and we could go from there. None of it matters to me. I like random. I just want you to know that what you're saying is safe here. All right? And I'm like, all right, that was my Hail Mary.
Yeah.
That was my, look, if you want to go, fuck off. But, you know, if you want to be open about it, we can work something out, right?
So did we end up with a field goal or a touchdown?
It's about the gayest thing I've ever said in my life, too. I was even like second guessing it.
You were second guessing this whole conversation you were doing.
Like,
well, no. The first of it, I was like, all right, I'm up to something. You know, I'm going to tell this story. And then I realized, like, damn, I'm having to say some gay shit. So for everyone out there, no, I'm not gay. I'm not interested in being gay. If I was, I'd be the gayest motherfucker ever. I'm not scared of who I am. It's just not me.
Said he's not a half-asser.
Yeah, it's just not me, bro. Like, I would tell you the truth. You know what I mean? And that's just not... You got... Everyone here, I think, has been on a mission with me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gay, but I have to be... like, it's not gay because this person is like a woman. You know what I mean? But I'm telling them, like, hey, you know what? Whatever, it's cool. Like, I maybe would even be into that. You know what I mean? Because I threw out the idea that I have a fetish and I didn't tell them what it was, as like a way of like, okay, maybe I can keep this person on the horn.
Yeah, I mean, you're just trying to reel them in.
Yeah, so maybe so. That's fair, and it feels like the right fit. Then maybe, if not, then it won't be. I said, simple as this. Just send me a video of you saying my name. That is all I said. I said, you have my name from Facebook. Just send me a video of you saying my name. That was all I said. They go back and read my message again, and she says, if I'm a guy, what the fuck? Right, says the person who says they don't send pictures more revealing because the internet is crazy, wants me to do a video saying your name. Hypocritical much? I'm not asking you to come to my house. You're asking me to come to yours. I could literally be in danger, and that's too much to ask, is what I say. Again, it's clear we're not a good fit for each other. I'm not playing games, nor am I in the mood to entertain this further. You can believe whatever you like. I really don't care whatever it takes to make you feel like you made the right choice and not pursuing come over that way was intended. But I'm not going to be put through a microscope or jump through hoops to prove to you that I'm one way or the other, and that's just ridiculous. If that's the day and age that we've lived in, then it is a sad time. I'm now no longer asking you to come to my house. The offer's off the table, so I don't know why we're still going round and round, right? I'm not trying to put you under a microscope, but a look seems fair. Any look at all seems fair, is what I say. I know who I am, and I know what I'm not, which is an insane statement, right? Because like all the research I've done, I've pretty much deduced that this person is not the real person that I'm talking to, right? Yeah. But I can tell that in this point of this conversation, that not only is this person is like pretending to be someone else, right? Not in their mind.
No, they wholeheartedly think they're real.
They believe that this is who they are, right? Like I can tell that this person has literally like flipped a switch.
Mentally sick.
Yeah, mentally sick. Like,
bad.
I know who I am and I know what I'm not. I know who I am and I know what I'm not. And I don't have to justify that to anyone else just because I have a fetish that's a little less traditional. Now, all of a sudden, I've got to be some manipulating, lying, catfishing individual. I don't know what I've said that insulted you. That's what I said. You know as well as I do that those people exist, right?
A hit dog a holler.
And to be honest, those people are just people too. You never know people's intentions, right? So I'm trying to find a way to say, I understand what's going on here, but I don't think any less of you for it, right? Yeah. You basically said if I'm some dude, then it's okay to just tell you, as if my whole profile and my whole life, my whole instance is a lie, and you don't think that's offensive. I said, I never once said you're a dude. I heard your voice. I just want to confirm you're you, and I just want to confirm you are you is all, and I don't think that's too much to ask. I'm not sure why you do. You said if I was a dude, I could tell that implies you obviously thinking that I am one. Like, okay, that's a little defensive. Not true. I'm saying that it's a typical thing for the internet, is what I said. Now, all of our messages the rest of the way out are voice messages from this person, right? And they're upset with me, right? And they've just decided to stop typing and start voice messaging.
You start hearing the bass come out.
I'm gonna play. No. I'm telling you right now, this person is so locked into character that they can't tell the difference between fantasy and reality. It is wild. The things that I'm about to play for you in these voice messages. So just listen, bro. Just listen.
I'm not going to go round and round and back and forth with you about it. Really, I'm not. Just forget that I even messaged you. Okay, let's do that. Let's agree to disagree and say, you know what, we're not a good fit for each other, and just move the fuck on.
All right.
Sounds like Elmo.
Yeah, it is, right? And so here's where my mind is at in this. I'm like, okay, this person has told me they're French and Ukrainian, right? And I've gone to their profile and I've listened to, like, they have a video. It's like one video. I'll play it for you.
Well, native in the speech after all. How nice. Nice, beautiful day. Can't complain. Very nice. Wow.
Pouring on the foreign accent in their videos on their Facebook, right? It's can't, and it's like all this French, like it's pretty good too. Like it's very indicative of someone that was like French, Eastern European, that has learned English as their second
language. Well, they grew
up
with French parents.
And I saw the name though, and it's a French-based last name too.
Yeah. So
It's like almost from like
Um,
Louisiana.
I
One of those
respond,
also.
that's what I hear.
Yeah.
And they're like, move the fuck on, whatever. I'm like, that seems short-sighted and emotional, but I respect your decision. You said you want randomness, then let's be random, right? So now I'm trying to lower the confrontation and go back to like because it's very impulsive, this thing that they're doing, right? And this is all based on this TV show that I'm watching earlier, right?
Mindhunter?
Yeah.
Mindhunter
No, I know. I
Galaxy.
started watching it last night.
If I hadn't watched that, like rewatched
Really
it
tapping
again,
into their brain instead of
do.
like,
100%.
Never even realized all
instead
until
of
I watched
pushing
it.
something on them, kind of really tapping in.
So I'm trying to go back into the thing that I feel like is going to be sexual gratification for this person,
Yeah.
right? And so I say, let's be random.
Unfortunately, now it won't be the same.
So
Unfortunately,
gets a little bit of the English, like they're pouring the English French shit back on. But then I'm listening to the words like same, and same is a long drawn out southern version of same that's trying to get some accent, right? So
now it won't be the same. Now that we've gone through all of this, it won't be the same type of experience that I was looking for.
So I'm like, all right, they have this very southern take on still their original accent. Like, why are you changing the way you say words with your original accent, right?
No, you can't see that because you're not the one that's being asked 4 million questions under the microscope. But for me, it's now put me in a place where for me, there's no going back. Like, I feel like I have been raked over the coals for something that was supposed to be mutually beneficial and mutually respectful and fun. And instead, I've got to answer 50 fucking questions. And I get it. I mean, I get your points, and they're valid. But for me and the way that I
Valid?
wanted it to go, it's gone too far.
Fuck.
But
Like,
but the thing about it though is it's not even like a
That's not even a good voice
that's not
AI.
even that's not even French or it's not even
No, I
it's
don't
like a
know what it
completely
is.
No,
Yeah.
it's like they want to be a Brit, but they never practiced it as a
Yeah,
kid.
it's-
But enough
right,
times they'll be like, I
right.
want
But there, that video that I just showed you, that I played for you, I made it to Venice Beach, whatever video.
Yeah.
That video is 7 years old, right?
Oh my god, so they've been doing it that long.
I've been doing this voice for 7 years, right?
Shit.
So I said, I'm trying to like really peek there because I've already know I've gone too far.
Yeah.
Like I should have played slower, right?
I want to see where this couch comes back into play.
So
I'm excited about it. I keep
go to
keep
the
thinking
house?
about it.
I did go to the house. So
Did you?
I'm gonna tell you. Yeah.
No, you
Yeah.
didn't.
You're a demon.
What time is this all happening, by the way?
This is now it's 10 o'clock
Okay,
on
I didn't know if it was
Saturday.
like 2 a.m.
I didn't
been-
go
it's
this
been
night.
going on for an
I
hour
didn't
and-
go this night. I went there yesterday, right? And during the middle of the day, and nobody was there. So, I knocked on the fucking door.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I fucking did. Yes, I did. I
Okay.
pulled up at like 2 p.m.
You had the
yesterday.
blick on you?
Yeah, of course, yeah. I pulled up there and was knocking on the door, right? And I have a shirt that's been hanging in my closet forever, and it's a roofing company shirt that I got from one of my clients, right? So I put on my tennis shoes, put on my shorts, I put on my shirt, all right? And I'm like going to knock on the door and say, we helped your neighbor with their roof, and can I leave my card? That's what I'm going to say. all right?
Basically a roof salesman. That's all you do right there.
That's exactly what I was going to do, right?
Yeah.
And that was my play. And this shirt has a front pocket on it, so I was going to film it with my phone, which is illegal. I've come to find out.
I thought it wasn't as long as you knew he was being recorded.
Yeah,
That's what makes
that
it
person.
illegal.
Ended up,
That's what makes it illegal at their house. You can do it in public, but
Not
if you
at their
pull
own
up to
home.
them at their house, you can't just record them without asking them. All right. So I said, I think you're looking for something else, right? I'm really trying to intrigue this person as to like what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to act like I want to take it to another level, right?
Maybe that is the problem with small towns. Everyone feels like they have to know everybody's fucking business and be in everybody's shit and know everything about them before they're able to just walk out the fucking door. It's almost embarrassing. But I choose to live here, so I guess I have to deal with it.
Now this is where they're saying conflicting stuff to me, right? This is where early on they told me I moved to this small town. I like being in the country, right? And then she tells me, "Oh, this is what I get for living here."
That's what
blah,
somebody that's lived there their whole life and has been through that microscope would say is something just like
That's
that.
a fact, right? You have to have been here for a long
I think we're all
time.
meant to be detectives.
Yeah, like you've experienced enough things at this point.
Yeah, like
kinda-
you know.
And you've been
Yeah,
ridiculed.
Yeah,
That's why your life
Yeah.
is so quiet.
You grew up here and you were ridiculed for the way that you acted because people didn't understand.
Yeah,
it.
you're
Yeah,
not
'cause
new.
nobody-
You're not
yeah,
new
no-
to whatever's going on.
Nobody
for
knew
sure.
that your
100%.
mentals were fucking
So-
not real.
This person has sent me this and is like, I'm being raked over the coals, right? And this is what I get for living. And that's conflicting stuff to what you told me about I like being in a small town at the beginning,
Yeah.
whatever, right? I think you shouldn't hold it against people for wanting to know they are safe. I want to know you aren't going to kill me. I want to know you are who you say you are. And I want to know that you are as discreet as you say you are. That's it. That's my response.
Done.
Now they send me this. Screenshot, right? And I'll read them to you. So it says, the person that I'm talking to is the green messages. Like this is screenshotted from their phone, right? So it says, let me know when you're 10 minutes away. The person says, I'm 10 minutes away. Okay, I'm ready. When you get here, just park in the back, walk up to the door, which will be open, and the glory hole curtain will be right beside you. I'm here, coming through. Okay. I'm out. Like you know how there's a longer gap when the messages aren't back to back? So there's a longer gap and then it says I'm out. Holy shit, that felt good. I'm glad you enjoyed. Damn, I'm hard again. Right, that's what this person says. Now this is another screenshot. Just park in the back, come around to the front. The front door's open, right? That's basically what it says. Okay, walking up now. Okay. Another gap. Well, how was that glory hole suck experience? LOL. It was great. I don't think I've ever come so quick. Now, I didn't call them, right? Because I didn't want them to have a phone number, right? And so what happened was I'm sitting here thinking, all right, if this person does have another phone number, and the text messages are green, right? But it looks like they are screenshotted from an iPhone. Like they are 100%
100%
screenshotted
off
from
an
an iPhone.
iPhone, iPad, something.
It's 100% off of an iPhone, right? I something. And so I'm like, okay, but they're getting green text messages from both of these people. Like, what is the likelihood that both of these people have an Android, right? It's low. It's about 1 in 4.
Right.
I did the math on how many people have iPhones in America, how many people have iPhones close to me. It's about a 25% chance that both of these people have an Android, right? So I'm like, they send me these two messages, these two screenshots, and then they send me these.
That's someone who's done it before. And look, they're still alive. Fucking amazing, isn't it?
And they're really bad at this point. Like, I can tell that.
Oh, they're getting mad because
Yeah.
they know.
Don't play games. I'm a grown-ass woman. Don't play games. I'm a grown-ass woman.
Yeah, that's wild.
I said
you're
it's
grown
a
fat.
fetish.
Hold on,
It's
hold on,
something
hold
that
on.
I said it's a fetish. It's something that I've done before, and I enjoy it. A fantasy is something never done before. This is a fetish, which means that it's done and it's enjoyable, so I'd like to do it again. These are from the past, but like I said, not that I needed to show proof, but again, they're still alive.
So, this person's told me this offer is off the table. We're not doing this anymore. We're not talking about all right? And then they're defending themselves to me in a way that makes me think that they're convincing themselves that what they say is true, all right? And I'm sitting here going back and forth with this person. I'm like, all right, this person's already written me off the list, so
Why are they continuing to?
right,
Yeah.
right. Like, wouldn't you just keep it moving?
Because that's the
That's
point.
more for you than it is for me.
That's the
right?
point where you're like you said, you're trying to convince yourself. Like you faced this same thing multiple times before.
And what'd
So
you say,
what you're
Carson?
trying to do is you're trying to prove it.
A hit dog a holler.
Yeah, hit dog holler always.
So I send this
I heard that,
gift.
I'm taking that one.
I send this gift right here.
Oi.
Which I thought was so funny that this person's like foreign or whatever. I said, that means nothing to me. I told you how to verify with a video of you saying my name. I said, you don't even have to put your face in it. I said, you don't have to you're sending me live voice messages. What is the difference in you doing it with your camera and sending me a video that says Bailey Cooper? To me, nothing, right? If I'm this real person,
Yeah.
that is a small price to pay for me to get off sucking dick through a glory hole, whatever. You know what I mean? And so, here.
I sent them because you made the comment that You wanted to feel safe. Well,
This one is where they're the most upset. This is the last message that I got, right? Before I continue to do more evidence, to do more digging, right? So this is the last message, and I want you to listen to it, that says, this is the most, like, because they're angry, the redneck's coming out.
Yeah.
Like, the country is coming, like, these syllables are getting longer. You know what I mean? So listen.
I sent them because you made the comment
Because
that you wanted to feel safe.
Safe.
Well, those show that two different people came and did the process
came.
and left, and yeah, they're still alive. But as far as your extra layer of verification, I'm not going to do all that. Again, and that's fine.
Fine.
It's not for either one of us. We're not on the same page. We're not a good fit. And that's okay. I've accepted it, and I have decided to move on. And I'm glad you accept and respect that as well. I bid you a good night, and I apologize for bothering you. Even if I didn't bother you, I wish I could go and unsend the message from the very beginning.
I said, and this is when I know I'm fucked, right? So I'm like, all right. Like, this person is obvious, because I heard the syllables. I hear the country coming out, right? And I'm like, all right. This person has almost, like, blown character.
You can hear them catching themselves as they go through talking, too.
I'm like,
take deep breaths. To
Yeah.
like
The
kinda
faster
put
they start
yourself-
talking,
yeah.
they realize that they can't keep
Yeah.
the accent going on.
Yeah.
What the fuck you got
So-
going? Yeah.
I'm like, all right. I was like, if I keep pushing, it's just gonna get worse, right? So I say, all right, could we try this again in the future? A different random night. We'll start out fresh. I'll randomly message you. They read my message and they don't respond, right? And so I'm like, all right, now that this conversation is over, I'm gonna go back and do more sleuthing, right? Well, I find the property on Zillow. It's unlisted. It's not for sale. It hasn't sold in 20-something years. And 20 years ago, there's pictures of the house. And in that house, you can see that couch, right? So I'm like, okay, what is going on? It's a super old house, right? And so I'm like, all right. And now I see that this couch that is in this picture, this person's picture in 2017, is in this house. Now I know that. Like I would say I'm 95% sure.
Like, you know it's that house.
I'm 95% sure that picture was taken in that house, but 7 years ago, not 1 year ago, right? Because that person said they've only lived there for a year, right? And so I'm like, all right, I can't figure out exactly what is going on, right? But I'm almost positive now at the end of this that I know who it is by name, right? I know what they do for a living. I know who their friends are. I know when they graduated high school. I know all those things. I know when they bought that house. I know what happened to their parents. I found a video of this person. Should I say this? I found a video of the real person that I think is the real person at a funeral. Like live, like showing the funeral, like when they're putting them in the ground, right? Like everybody's out there, blah, 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 blah. And it was someone really close to this person, right? And so I go back and I am raking this person's Facebook to find them speaking, right? And there's no videos in the 100 and something videos on this person's profile of them speaking, right? And so I'm like, all right, I can't like cross-reference the voice and be like, if this guy's putting on a lady's accent, would this be it? You know what I mean? And so at this point, I'm like, all right, I don't know what else to do. I can't reach back out to him, or I blow my chance to like follow up in the future, right? And so what do? I go to sleep, play the game for a while, whatever I do, right? Stay up late. And the next day I wake up and I go to the house. It's like 2 p.m., all right? I've got my roof and shit on. I've thought about this all fucking night. Like, how am I going to get in and out in a way that is going to get me there, right? So I pull up. The exact description of the car that they told me was there is there, right? I look at the house on Google Maps from the satellite view, and it's the exact house is there, right? The car is not there in the Google Maps photo, which I think is probably means it's older. The Maps photo is, and that this person's probably been there newer. So that kind of checks out. That makes sense on the year timeline or whatever. Yeah. And then the couch, I'm like, okay, did this person just move their couch? You know what I mean? Now I'm second guessing the idea of the couch. Now I'm second guessing, like, did this person move there? They've had this couch forever and they moved it into this house or whatever. Like, I don't know when these Zillow pictures are from, you know. I can't verify 100% that this couch was in this house 20 years ago, right? And so I'm like, all right, what the fuck? So suit up in my shit. And I go knock on the door. And I fucking wait. Like, I was like, I'm going to wait. I knocked on the door like 3 times. I was there probably for 4 minutes on the front porch, knocking. No one ever comes, right? And the car's there. No, the car's not there, I think. I can't remember. I can't remember now that I think about it. Because the car's not there in the picture, but I think it was there when I was there, but I didn't park anywhere close to it, right? Because I'm thinking, and I've like parked in a way where I can see both sides of the house as well, right? My gun's in my fucking waistband and shit, right? And I'm like, I don't know exactly what's going to happen here. I'm just waiting for somebody to answer. Nobody ever answers, right? And so I leave. And so now we're here. Now you're completely up to date, right? And so I'm like, all right. I go and do more research because I'm like, are there people missing from our area? Like, what if I had to build a profile of this person in my mind, it would be like Jeffrey Dahmer, who is finding like younger men and like Manson. Convincing them to be gay.
Yeah, and people that would be interested into
Manson, whoever the first episode of Mind Killer is him.
Ed Kemper.
People that aren't comfortable being out there and that would enjoy discreetness.
Right.
Would be,
yeah, so it's either people that are like really uncomfortable with themselves.
Yeah.
People that are like potentially gay.
And the discreet would get them.
Yeah, and in my mind it's this too. Like, I'm sure there are some people that are not wise enough to pick up on some of this stuff. Like, those people have to exist. There's so many people that they have to exist, right? But I'm like, nobody I know is dumb enough to like go for this shit. You know what I mean? Like, unless you just know I want my dick sucked by a dude. Like, I'm just down. I'll just go. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, because at this point, I'm pretty sure like nobody's in danger. You know what I mean?
Their goal, I imagine, is probably like publicly straight men that on
exactly.
the face level are straight,
probably married.
That's definitely their fetish. Like, the fetish ain't the glory hole.
The ones that they think there's probably 1 out of 10, one of them's going to answer, yes, I want this done.
Now, the only mutual friend, me and this person, I think we have some more. I can look right now, actually. I think we only had one like person that I actually knew. We had a couple of mutual friends, but one of them I was like, okay, I know exactly.
You actually know exactly who it is.
Yeah, I know it, like known him my whole life, right? He's in prison and definitely has been on some gay shit before. Right, this one that I know, right? And so I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, this is so weird. And you know some of the people that we're mutual friends with. So I'm going to ask them, like, has this also happened to you? And there's a person on their friend list that I know would say yes. Like, I would bet my life on it that they would say yes, right? So I'm like, all right, bro. What the fuck? So now we're here, right? Us as a team, Soup Sandwich, we're sitting here. What do we do next?
We should do
just try to call them.
Well, no, what you should do.
Should we just reconvene every day at noon?
We should have somebody that might not be mutuals with you, but we know, or that we're friends with still. Message out to them, hey, I know somebody that knows you. I'm into very random, discreet things. Heard that you're offering this. Would love to do it. Send them out there, and then we just fucking
video camera's got to be attached the whole time.
We do like a sting. So, but it's not illegal though, because they're not offering it for money.
Yeah, it's not illegal.
It's not a problem.
And you're consenting adult.
Yeah.
Right. So like, I don't think we can call the police.
No.
Nope.
Because there's been no incidents between like anything in this area and the school system. Right. I did hella research.
But you could still like record walking in, almost not record, because they're not going to be face
Where does
showing.
this person work?
Locally.
What they do?
I don't want to say. Off camera, we talked about mutual friends that we have in comparison with this account. Some people that we think maybe would have been hit up. We talked about that they all kind of fit the profile of what this person is looking for. We're going to reach out to those people and see if they got hit up. We're also going to try to throw some other lines in and see if we can get this person engaged with someone else, try to go by their house and see if this is exactly what they said it is, because I'm fucking interested. If you are this person and you somehow realize that we are talking about you, we haven't said your name. We're not going to release any of your personal information. You're not in any danger, because I don't think anything that you're doing is illegal or wrong unless we find some other reason to believe that later. I have no reason to think that you're doing anything out of the ordinary other than what you are legally allowed to do as a consenting adult, right? So you're under no fire from us. And to be completely honest, I really don't even give a fuck, right? I'm interested in trying to see through the bullshit. That's just how my mind works. I want to see how it works and what the case is for these things and really understand why you think. But I don't think you're doing anything wrong, especially if you're talking to consenting adults and you're not manipulating people. This interaction that we had, I think, is completely normal, reasonable thing. So if you are someone that has been reached out to this person, if this story feels similar to you, I would love to know your experience. Please message me on Facebook. Please send us something to the Soup Sandwich account, because I would love some more information. And if you in the comments, you know some more sleuthing that we can do, any way that we can uncover more information, I would love to know. As we go through a couple of actionable steps over the next week, we'll keep you guys up to date. We'll post some stuff. We'll make some content out of it. But this was a unique interaction. This was the first time that I've ever been able to really deduce exactly what is going on with this person that is reaching out to me and why they're doing it, and what they're going to be doing in the future, completely honest. So please let us know if there's any other information that you guys have, if there's any questions or concerns that you guys may have about your safety. But I truthfully don't believe that anyone that goes to this person right now, I don't believe that anybody's in any danger. So but we'll keep everybody updated. Please, if you have similar experiences, we would love to hear them. You can even post them on Reddit and send us to Reddit threads, and we'll share our story as well. But I think this is very interesting. I'd love to know what your experiences are, though. If other people are working these same type of scams, if they're trying to kind of lie about who they are, and you've seen proof of this and you figured it out in the past, I'd love to know how you did that. So, please reach out to me. This is very interesting stuff to me. And, hey, Soup Sandwich.